Um, yeah, so far I haven't really had that many struggles being in Korea. Biggest one for me has been the language. I don't know any Korean yet. I will start learning next week. But I was traveling around with my girlfriend 2 weeks before starting at KAIST, and we went to different cities around Korea, and we went a lot of places where people don't speak any English. So it could be quite hard to communicate and figure out what the meaning was on a menu card if you go to a restaurant or something like that. But all Koreans are very, very open-minded and they try their best to communicate what it says on a sign or what they want to say. So it's not really a big struggle. Another thing that I noticed was that you seem very, if you don't know me, you can be very shy, but at the same time you can be very direct in some ways. I've heard one story of a Korean girl telling a German guy that he has a small head, just like out of the blue, and that's very funny. I've also experienced myself that some people just say things very directly, good things though, but just things that you wouldn't say in Denmark to some total stranger. Besides that, you seem this is general of course, you seem very conservative and very polite. I like the way that you give things and receive stuff from you, just when you pay for something in a kiosk or something. And you're always very polite and saying thank you and bowing. I like that. In Denmark it's just very, I think Denmark would seem very rude to you if you came to Denmark, because it's just, I don't give a yeah. It's very different.
Okay.
Being here, I've noticed that when Koreans go out, they mostly go in groups. So it seems they're just having this group and going out and it's about being together in that group. It's not about meeting new people. Also, you have a lot of these bars and clubs. You have rooms, so the group can get a private room. That's very strange for me, because it's like having a private party in a club or in a bar, where Denmark is usually just mingling. So that's very different. But on the other hand, another thing that I've noticed so far being here is it seems like you, again, maybe comes from you being a bit more conservative, but it seems like you have more like a hierarchy. It's very, maybe the elder people, and if the student-professor relationship is very different. It seems very formal to me, like it would be maybe back in the days in Europe. So, but I think also there's just a lot of respect, maybe, and again politeness, and I think I kind of like it, because you have very good manners in general, I think, and I think that's a positive thing. Right now I live at KAIST on campus. I live in a dormitory, and that's a very different place from what I would call a dormitory back in Denmark. I used to live in one, actually. Anyway, here it's very strict. The rules are very strict, so it's boys and girls dorm. And before starting at KAIST, I was here for one day just to see the place with my girlfriend, and she was not even allowed to see my room to be, because that was in obviously the boys section. So she was not allowed to go on the 5th floor and just see my room, even though it was just to see it. And so it's very strict, and you have this big sign in the dorm where you have this penalty point system. So you get penalties for all sorts of things. I haven't really heard of anyone getting those penalties yet, but it's just very, into system and penalty for drinking a beer and bringing girls or something like that. that's very different. It seems like you would like to avoid any kind of trouble. I don't know if, I guess it's just because you're a bit more conservative in that sense as well. Yeah, the first day we came to college we had this orientation, and the first thing they told us was about how to handle depression and how to handle problems. That was the first thing they told us, and that was very weird for me, because you wouldn't start an orientation with all the bad stuff that could happen from being here somewhere else, but it seems like they want to be on top of handling problems. I also read that they have had these bad history of suicides here, so I guess they want to be preventive, that stuff. But it was just a weird introduction, telling you about how to handle all this stuff and who to contact. It was not a joyful introduction. It was about sexual harassment and handling depression. But I guess it's a good thing that you know how to contact someone if you come into a situation where you feel sexual harassed or your human rights are abused, as they say. But the school is very formal. In Denmark, I haven't been studying anywhere else in Europe, but we wouldn't have such an introduction. And also, when we start at university, we have this Freshers Week, where you go basically drinking for 3 days straight, and that's a part of starting in school. Here, you're not even allowed to drink, as I said, in campus. Maybe you are, I don't know. But if KAIST hosts an event, there cannot be alcohol served, it seems like, because they cannot be connected, the two, alcohol and the school itself. So that's a very very different thing from Denmark. So far, I've noticed that Korean girls and boys, they have this idea of cuteness. So when I see a couple sometimes, they're dressed in the exact same outfit. I guess it looks cute, but it looks weird to me. I would never wear the same as my girlfriend. Sometimes they even have the same pattern, so the girl is wearing a dress and then the guy has the same shirt with the same flowers or whatever. And I've even seen them having the same shoes, and it's funny. Also, they have all these accessories for the phones, and on the bags they have these small teddy bear stuff thing, I don't know. And also this whole concept of cacao friends and line friends, all this merchandise you can buy. One time I was in Gangnam in Seoul, and there was this huge line on the street, and I was wondering what is this for? And then I realized when I went maybe 100 meters more, there's the line for Line Friends store that launched a new line, I think it was called, so a new big teddy bear, new style. And everybody came out of that shop with a huge teddy bear, and it was, I think it was guys at my age or girls at my age, I don't know, but it was just really weird, but cute, I guess. Yeah, if I should try to give some piece of advice for other foreigners coming to Korea, I think I would say first of all, try to learn the basics of saying thanks and hello, goodbye, or like respect what they believe in. I think I like respecting other cultures for what they prioritize. So maybe start giving things with two hands, receiving things, saying thank you and bow maybe. And so don't be shy not to talk to Korean people. They are very, very friendly, all of them so far. Otherwise, I would say tried the different foods because it's very different and very interesting. That almost everything is very tasty in my opinion. So it's fun and it's so cheap.
Yeah, it is.